What is up, everybody? It's Cat and Beardy here today with the 14th episode of C.A.M.P.S. Jesus Christ, who knew it would get this far? Now, we're 14 episodes in. I think it's about time I have a proper, not pricing system, but a point system. I keep wanting to say pricing for some reason. But I now have a somewhat in the works point system where you get points for things like design, layout. You immediately get a free point for free water. And then there's, you know, things like your prices and stuff. It adds up to 10, so I've kind of had to be a little bit weird with it. But this first camp was a really tricky one to do, because it's separated out into a bunch of different ones. He obviously has, like, the little power generator behind him. He's got this house here that I'm guessing is where he lives. And then he's got his main shop. So pricing it up was a little bit weird, but I think I managed to do it. And I said pricing up, I meant pointing up. So I'll just give you some of the three things. So the design of the house I really liked, but because it's out of 10, I have to, you know, I can't give 5 for this, 5 for that, 3 for this, because that would put me over 10. So the main house here, the little design, I really liked. It had a nice use of some of the decorations. The bedroom was a little bit sparing, but I did like the double lamps. You see that in actual houses, pretty nice. And it felt like a small house. That's the thing. It had a nice layout. So for the house, it got 3 points. It was very nice. Now, obviously, he has 3 water purifiers here. Only one of them is open, so that's 1 point. So he's up to 4. Wait, he's getting there already. But there was this little area. It was very basic. It was a little bit weird why it was there, because it was just only a few of the crafting areas. So that gets a point. I know, but it was the fact that it's confusing. However, the bar and the main shop get a total of 4 points, because it actually felt like a bar. Now, I don't know why he was displaying the weird heads and the stuff in jars. The stuff in jars immediately makes me think of the Zorro movie. You know, when the guy, Capitan Love, cuts up people's body parts and drinks them. Yeah, it's kind of weird. But I like the bar design. He could have tweaked this a little bit. And, you know, sometimes it is hard to get things in center. I did like the little bandstand. That was pretty funny. But the rest of it really came down to pricing. So he's on what so far? 3, 4... He's on like 7, I think. I think he's on 7. I can't really remember. But the pricing wasn't the best. It wasn't too bad. It's just some things were overpriced. Some things weren't overpriced, but some things weren't given consideration when pricing. That's what I meant. They weren't overpriced and they weren't underpriced. They were just kind of like thrown in there willy-nilly. But a lot of the stuff was actually okay as well. Like the ammo was pretty good and all this kind of stuff, and the food was kind of good. I even buy some noodle cups of this guy to throw into my sushi bar or my little sushi hut. Because I can't find them. I've never found them before. But yeah, so some of the pricing was okay, some of the pricing was good, and some of the pricing was just kind of willy-nilly. So the pricing on it, and I've actually just noticed, you actually get 0.5 for a free water. Sorry, but the prices get a 0.5 as well, bringing him up to a total of 8 out of 10 points. And you probably just sat there and going, well, what's he talking about? Well, from now on, because I'm writing it down and stuff, I do give reasoning. So he had decent prices, is what I've put. Nice interiors. He labelled the vendors, so that was very nice. It's nice to see people labelling vendors. The design was quite cozy. It was quite nice. You know, it was like something you'd actually find. And the free water, of course. But like, some of the prices on this, you can find stuff really easily, right? Like those mining helmets, you can find by going to like 18 different locations, or one location on the entire map, which is the ash heap. Just go down to the ash heap; they're all over the place because it was a mining area. It baffles me why people think, you know, they can get away with some of these prices, and I say get away. But right, this is something I want to talk about. So the Nuka-Cola pricing is completely and utterly shot for everybody. I don't think anybody has actually come to a concise price right now, and I want to show you why. So I've got quite a lot of Nuka-Cola. Do you know how long it takes me to get half of the Nuka-Cola that I have in my inventory? about 10 minutes. And that's just by walking around the map. So I think we should try and come to a consensus for Nuka-Cola and get it to a set price. But it's getting a thumbs up. It managed to make it over the 5-point score, so 8 out of 10 on that entire thing. It was very nice. Now this is Camp 2, and I was still working on my point system for this. So the main house, which you can see right in front of me. Now, I don't know if this person was low level, high level. I couldn't find them on the map. If you're not at your camp, I do try and find you on the map to, you know, put level of person to design of base, because that does actually have an effect. If you're a low level, sometimes your base is very basic because you don't have a lot of the stuff. But straight off, I give the layout a 2, and that's probably being generous. It was all willy-nilly and all over the place. But, yeah, the main house, I'm being generous again, and I'm giving a 4. I did like the lights. The symmetrical lights down the side was very nice. I've just noticed I'm actually reading the wrong one. The main house got a 1. I do apologise. The main house got a 1, the layout got a 2. The free water gets him a 0.5, but the prices were just wrong. Like, wrong. They were all marked up, I do believe. I believe quite a few of them were just thrown... well, yeah, quite a few of them were marked up substantially. And by the way, I always take the value that it's valued at in-game and then check what you do. Nuclear keycards, I got no problem. People normally do them for 100. I have 3 that I've just picked up from around the world. Or 4. Do I have 4 now? I don't know, but plans like that... No, don't plans like that for 400. And a mini nuke for 200. Yeah, this guy gets a 3.5 out of 10. He's got bad pricing, he's good interior lighting, the free water, but bad placement, and a messy design. Yeah, see? Reasons. It's good to have reasons now. However, we are now on Camp 3, which is right here. It's Path Waders. I found it funny, you know, Darth Vader, Path Wader. It was funny. But I feel like I stumbled across a Willy Wonka design for this camp, and you'll see it when I get higher up in a second. But it's kind of like the Doofenshmirtz Incorporated building, you know, with that weird overhang and stuff. It's a weird building, and if you've never seen Phineas and Ferb, go watch, like, just Google Doofenshmirtz Evil Incorporated. You'll giggle your tits off. But Camp 3, so it was weird. There are some things on the point list that I put down that aren't universal, like this overhang. This overhang gets him a 0. If I could do minus points, and I probably should start doing minus points, it would probably get him a -1. But the overhang gets him a 0, so he can't progress any further. But there was some things that I did like. The design of the house was actually really nice, and the fact that he was here. If you're here and you staff your vending place, that's pretty cool. You might just be taking a break from exploring, but sometimes if you go up to a person and you say, I've seen, you know, people selling this for this, you've got it for this, would you mind knocking it down a bit? Or like trying to haggle with people? Haggling is very fun, and I see a lot of people haggling these days. It's very interesting. It gives it that authenticity to like actual trading. Because, funnily enough, you can actually haggle in quite a lot of spots that people don't know you can haggle in. Go to a market sometime, you can haggle. It's pretty fun. So, the main house gets a 4. However, the layout of the entire area only gets a 2. It was quite messy in some spots. Some of the things just didn't really match. I did like doing this. That was pretty funny. That's like an elevator to get down. It's pretty funny. I didn't mean to do it, but I was like, yeah, okay, I'll leave that in. The floor was a main issue for me because it was all over the place. Like, you had boards going one way, boards going the other. It's like if you contracted someone to build this house and they were like, oh yeah, we put your floor in, and you go, but there's boards going one way and there's boards going the other. It's like, don't worry about it. You just stab the guy and go, give me my money back. So yeah, so the bad placement of the floor was kind of weird. However, his pricing does get a 5. Sorry, not a 5, a 0.5. But I did like the fact that they labelled the vendors. It's nice to see people labelling vendors. If I'm looking for something specific, I don't have to rummage through all of your vendors. I can just go to the vendor I need. Do it more often, people. It's really, really feckin' awesome. Why someone marked up a disease cure by 50 caps, I have no idea. Do it by 10. It's a disease cure for crying out loud. They're not that hard to make. Seriously, they're not that hard to make. I could probably make them in about 2 minutes. And I'm not trying to like, oh yeah, I can make them in like 2 minutes. The ingredients are really simple for disease cures, so yeah, try making them more often, people. Maybe if there's more of them in the world, you won't have stupid prices. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, but no, some of the things that people price up over the top, you can find really easily. So I don't know why people do it, but yeah. So that's why you got a 0.5 pricing, because some of the things were overpriced. I don't think I actually came across any that were underpriced. I think I came across a few that were labelled at their actual value, which is okay. Like, sometimes I can understand if you just want to throw stuff in at the value that they are issued at. So, yeah, no, that's nice to see. I mean, it just goes to show you've just gone boop, 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 and put stuff in and not gone, should I mark it down? Well, you know, how rare is this? But, yeah, no, it's... The pricing on this was okay. It wasn't the best. It wasn't the worst. However, that power armor right there, no. Just no. 1, the condition of it. 2, the level of it. And 3, it's T45. You can find T45 in like 20 different locations. Hell, leave Flatwoods and go to the power plant, and there's pretty much always a set of T45. So that price, that was the main reason he got marked down on pricing. I don't ever want to see stupid pricing like that ever again. If it was XO1 or what is it, the Ultrasight, that I'm perfectly to see at like 300 caps. If it was in top condition, maybe 400 caps. Don't ever try and pawn that off. And this is, I think I show you my Nuka-Colas again, because people seem to mark, like, seriously, the Nuka-Colas I have, because, well, not because I have so many, but because it's a Nuka freaking cola, I do for like 10, maybe 20 caps. Not 90. Do you know how easy it is to get a Nuka-Cola Quantum? I could, like, spawn in and get it. But he got overall a 6.5 out of 10, which gets him a lean. Gets him a lean. However, if we flip my pad, because I accidentally wrote upside down, this is camp number 4, which I've just realised I haven't actually given a mark out of 10. I've done all the I've done all the like point scoring, but I haven't given it a thing out of 10. So let me just add that up. That's right. Okay, you'll find out at the end. But I did like. I actually really like this. It was interesting. Now, obviously, it was designed free states, or it was just someone using the free state stuff. But it was a heavily fortified beach condo. I don't know what it was. It was like a restaurant or a condo or I don't know, some sort of resort. But it was here on the beach, and I'm calling it a beach because it's now there's no water there anymore. It's no longer a lake. It's a beach, and it was quite interesting. Now, it was lacking in some areas. It was lacking in its decor or its decorations. Which I've put down, not much decoration. That's in one of the reasons why. It did have a basic interior, and what I mean by that is, I think because he made it so long, he had to stretch out. And once again, I'm saying he. I don't know if it was a she because I didn't meet the person, but the person stretched out the design quite a bit to the point where I think they just didn't have enough to put on the inside. With, you know, the fact that they'd fortified it like some sort of military base outside. So the interior was very basic, very it was lacking a little bit. I did like that little light though. I haven't bought that, but as you can see, it's kind of like when in a movie there's like that evil business person that's at the head of a massive table and they do that really long shot. That's what it's kind of like looking at this. It was kind of weird. Also, if you have shutters, opening shutters can really, really, really change the design of how your entire thing looks. Shutters closed, flat wall. Shutters open, a little bit of a bumpy wall. Gives it that little bit of texture, a little bit of character. So I did open some of your things. I hope you don't mind. If you had them closed for a reason, I do apologise. But yeah. But the exterior was good. It was a very basic interior. There wasn't much decoration, but it was an interesting design. These are my reasons that I'm rattling off. So the design gets him a 3, or gets them a 3. Oh, I should start saying them, shouldn't I? Because I don't know if it's a lass or a bloke. So design gets him a 3. The layout gets him a 4. Layout means the entire base, not just the interior. And the pricing comes to a 2. And you'll see why, even though there wasn't a lot, it was... In fact, it was super underpriced, which was quite interesting to see. They did have a lot of gears and a lot of springs. I should have probably bought some of them. I'm fine with ammo. I just realised I'm missing out quite a lot of junk. So you get a thumbs up for me. That's actually a 9 out of 10. Is that right? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's right. That's a 9 out of 10. So he wins this one. But there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's just a little bit of fun. I'm working on the point system. I keep wanting to say price system. I'm working on the point system. I will refine it at some point. But if you have some input on that, please let me know. Because at the minute, I just do design, layout, and price. You know, you get a free point for water and stuff. But that is it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you have enjoyed today's C.A.M.P.S episode. I would like to say thank you to everybody who's new to the channel. You are awesome, but you know the drill. Like, share, and subscribe. And until the next time, stay awesome.